start. Alright, get right. Alright. Alright, let's do it. Hey, got one to go. Early. Dang, back to back. Hey, got the assist though. Got a double team. Motherfuckers don't want me to get takeover. Damn. Hey, 4 for 4. Nope, missed. Finally. They can call the timeout this time. Stay with my guy. Okay. Damn, he took it anyway. Dang. too little. There we go. Damn. He tired. I'm fucking tired.
Let's keep it up.
Making shots. What did I need to work on? I can't remember. Oh yeah. Wasn't that? I'm not guarding that fool. The fuck? Hey, I got some. I'm about to say I ran out of juice. Should have took the first move I had though. Why would I reach so late? Oh shit. I should have made that. Yeah, I let him take it. Free throw line jumper. Coach trying to coach him up. Bro, I just ran past the nigga. He got me. He ain't make it though. Come on. Let's go, man. Fuck. Damn, of course they're gonna make one eventually. Finally. Almost. It was worth it.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
Oh, I ain't got enough time. Thought I had enough time. Shit. Alright, hold on. Shit. I ain't even paying attention. I'm looking for videos. You know what I'm saying? Gotta get back on defense. Is this 5 out? Yeah. Clinton. Oh. Dang, big body. Dang. Dang. Oh, that's what I gotta work on, my catch and shoot. All right. I almost forgot. There we go. Damn. The hell was that? They said out of bounds. Oh yeah, 1 foot out still. Weak ass play. Yeah, no, that's not a foul. That's crazy. Damn, that's a good pass. Got him. Steals in this game is so bad, though. Working on my catch and shoot. They don't want to play no more? Hold on. I'm gonna take the last shot. They still are gonna get it. Shoot it. Damn.
All right, MP.
Each.
One out.
Play smart.
Hey. Pass the ball in. Nigga ain't shooting it from out there. Shit.
Get the perimeter.
Hell no, he ain't getting in front of that white boy. Hey. Too easy. 3 to the dome. Hey, too easy. Working on my catch and shoot, my footwork. Cause I ain't dribbling. Damn. Damn, bro, pass it back. Fuck it. I'll shoot it. Damn. Team. Hey. Should have let it go the first time. Fucking pump faking. Hey. I'm just fucking with him now. Come on, move out the way, bro. There we go. Catch and shoot, God. Wow. About to say, this nigga about to get his own rebound, too. Oh, shit. That was nice. Hey, the footwork. 74 points. I ain't finna shoot it. I'll be right back. Give me a second.
That's what we do, baby. That's how you do it.
Hey, what I get? me see. Holy shit, they already scored? I ain't. God damn it. Shoot it. Damn. That nigga got it. Oh, killed me. That's a block, man. I got the ball. 2K. That's a block, though. There, how about that? That's a block, though, man. That's crazy. What the fuck? What the fuck? Bitch, let's go. Oh, they took some of my takeover too. Oh, come on, bro. Pass me the ball. Not Zach LaVine. Damn. Wide open. Come on, bro. What you doing? You gotta look up, bro. Damn. We finna lose. Hey, get my Jordan on real quick. Slash Kobe. Damn. He must got one of them badges. Ooh. Okay. That's too far out. They're trying to double. Let's get that. Took the lead too. Hey. Oh, get back, get back, just get back. Oh my. That's crazy. The ones you're supposed to make. I'm gonna foul him, huh? Okay, good. Damn. He wanted to miss that shit bad. Oh. Oh, bro, why do you keep doubling? Oh, I let it go too early. That's tough. Don't matter. I'd say somebody else get his ass. I took the lead back, so fuck it. Hey. you go. Damn. That's all I'm trying to practice. He hit me. Hey. Alright, whatever. Damn, I let that shit go fast. Damn. Crazy. The ones I think I'm gonna make, I miss. Crazy. Damn, 2 seconds. Too little. Oh, I missed it. Like I said, the ones I think I'm gonna make. Man, he could have stole that. They really want a double. This nigga better catch the ball, bro. They doubling every time. Fuck it. Can't even catch and shoot. Come on, bro. It's 2 in a row, that's what y'all get. Hey. Finally, a reach does something. Too easy. Holy shit. About to say, little nigga about to dunk it. Oh. And 1. I kind of like it the other way, don't you? Let's see. Yeah. Better. Yeah, look like I'm glowing, oversaturated maybe. Yeah. Who cares? Ooh, I care. I'm the one that cares, apparently. My dude jumped like he went to block it though. Dang, that's what I'm talking about. Reggie Miller type shit. Reggie. They still think they finna win. Just give me the ball, bro. You taking too long. Oh, fuck. At least I got the assist, though. Damn. The pass. There we go. Nobody wants to guard my guy. There we go. Yeah, free throw line jumper, can't make it. Hey. Foul every time. They should just say the X button is the foul button. I'm running hard as hell. Bam! Yeah. The hell? Shit crazy. Damn. Hold on, I'll be right back. That's crazy. Over here looking for more videos and shit. I couldn't believe I missed that shot though. Then a foul.
Shooting two.
Shooting two. This might be something we can watch right now. Shit. Hold on. This one.
Necromancy. The spirits of the dead are not your family. Those who are summoned at a seance are the sinister children of the serpent. They feed you lies in an attempt to misguide you. By communing with the crooked, you are selling your soul. There is no wisdom from the deceased. There is no knowledge from the ground. There is no fortune in decay. There is only death. In this video, I am to discuss necromancy, with the goal to entice people to read the works within the Bible, so that they may follow more closely the Word of God. If you enjoyed the contents of this video, please remember to like, and if you would want to see more, subscribe.
Where the hell is he going?
To understand the
post me
origins
up?
of summoned spirits, we will start at the beginning. Genesis is the first book of the Old Testament, in which the events of Noah's flood can be found. The reason for the removal of all, except 8, was due to the corruption that had defiled man. This corruption had been born from an unholy communion when the sons of God came into the daughters of men. Genesis chapter 6 reads, "There were Nephilim in the earth." This video, please remember to like, and if you would want to see more, subscribe. To understand the origins of summoned spirits, we will start at the beginning. Genesis is the first book of the Old Testament, in which the events of Noah's flood can be found. The reason for the removal of all, except 8, was due to the corruption that had defiled man. This corruption had been born from an unholy communion when the sons of God came into the daughters of men. Genesis chapter 6 reads, "There were Nephilim in the earth in those days, and also after that, when the sons of God came in unto the daughters of men, and they bare children to them. The same became mighty men which were of old, men of renown." The Nephilim were giants, who erupted from their mother's womb and began spreading across the face of the earth. The described events of their creation can be read within the Book of Enoch. The history of the Book of Enoch and the contents therein I have covered within my previous videos. In those I discuss why the flood was necessary, as all flesh had become corrupted beyond repair. Quote, "The importance of how Noah was perfect and what made him perfect is revealed when reviewing the Hebrew text. In verse 9, we read that Noah was righteous and blameless. This word translated as blameless is the Hebrew word tamim. It means without blemish, sound, healthful, without spot, unimpaired. It describes a lack of physical blemish. The use of the word suggests that Noah did not have the same genetic difference that the majority of the population of the earth had. Noah had no tarnished genetic changes brought about by the fallen angel's invasion or incursion into the human species." End quote. When all that held the breath of life had perished, their souls remained on earth. As they were created outside of God's will, they were neither bound for heaven nor hell. They are to remain until the day of the Lord is upon us, when both the living and the dead shall be judged. The Nephilim were an attempt from Satan and those that follow him to corrupt the seed of man, so that the head of the serpent could not be crushed by the one who would be sent to destroy him. This oracle was proclaimed by the Lord himself within the Garden of Eden after the forbidden fruit had been consumed. Quote, "And the Lord God said unto the serpent, Because thou hast done this, thou art cursed above all cattle, and above every beast of the field. Upon thy belly shalt thou go, and dust shalt thou eat all the days of thy life. And I will put enmity between thee and the woman, and between thy seed and her seed. It shall bruise thy head, and thou shalt bruise his heel." As seen within Genesis 6, the Nephilim continued after the flood. The events surrounding the giants of old can be read within the tellings of Moses and, famously, David and Goliath. However, the term Nephilim has come to adopt an additional meaning, that being it is the term to describe the spirits of those that perish. Enmity between thee and the woman, and between thy seed and her seed. It shall bruise thy head, and thou shalt bruise his heel. As seen within Genesis 6, the Nephilim continued after the flood. The events surrounding the giants of old can be read within the tellings of Moses and, famously, David and Goliath. However, the term Nephilim has come to adopt an additional meaning, that being it is the term to describe the spirits of those that perished in the flood, who are the ones who haunt us today. The Book of Enoch tells how every living thing was defiled by the fallen angels and their offspring. Flesh was mixed with flesh, man mixed with beast. We know of the 200 angels responsible, yet we know not the amount of their perished creations. Knowing that the numbers of the defiled were seemingly innumerable helps one understand how someone can be possessed by more than one demon at one time. An example of this occurring is actually seen during the times of Jesus. Within the book of Mark, we read of how Jesus came upon a man who was host to a legion of demons. A legion is an amount ranging from 3,000 to 6,000 soldiers. With this hive of horrors within him, the man could not be bound, chained, nor tamed. He would wail in the mountains night and day, cutting himself with stones. Jesus would cast the demons into a herd of swine, where the swine would then be driven off of a cliff, drowning in the waters. The reason why is due to the waters being home to spirits, as it was the sinful who sank to the depths when the earth was baptized. This ties into the topic of the marine kingdom, of which I have covered in a previous video. To reiterate some points from that mentioned video, the Earth's surface is 71% water, and the human body is made up of 60% water, helping to explain the presence of demons, as water is not only oceans and seas, but rivers and streams. And 2, the understanding of how one can become possessed, as we contain the fluid in which was used to flood the fallen. Now that the origin of spirits has been covered, we shall move on to the topic of familiar spirits. Familiar in the term familiar spirits is derived from the Latin word familiaris. This refers to a friend or a familiar acquaintance, one who is intimately attached. The contacting of familiar spirits is carried out by people referred to as mediums. Mediums are individuals who act as a channel between the realms of the living and the dead. They, like a system of communication, become a speaker for the deceased and the messages they might hold. To provide a basis of how familiar spirits operate and how they have obtained knowledge on you and your family, we will review Scripture. The Lord informs us that blood is life and sin is death. When you sin, you open the door for death to enter into your life. Christ's death on the cross was the ultimate sacrifice for all our sins. The blood of the Lamb covers the believer from head to toe. When the Most High looks upon us, he sees his Son. Through the stripes of our Savior, we can be forgiven via the act of repentance. Yet those without Christ lack his protection, and as it was with Cain, the enemy crouches at their door. By living a sinful lifestyle outside of the law of God, you open yourself to demonic attachments. So, when the root meaning for the term familiar spirits means for one to be intimately attached, it is not referring to a family member. Rather, its referral is to the demons who have known your family due to the sin that has continued throughout your bloodline. This is how the summoned spirits know of your life and the personal details to accompany it. Being children born from the seed of the serpent, the spirits are versed in deception. Taking after their father Satan, they will pose as deceased family, friends, or acquaintances. Any information or guidance received from these seances is only told to ensure you stumble and remain in darkness. If a family or friend has passed, then depending on if they took the free gift of faith in Christ, they have either been taken to heaven or hell. As previously stated, the only dead to remain on this earthly realm are those who perished in the flood. Your loved ones cannot be contacted from the destination they have ended up in. The Lord's commandments to steer clear of any and all things to do with the occult is first foretold within Leviticus. Leviticus is the third book of the Old Testament, sometimes referred to as the third book of Moses. The majority of the chapters contain commandments from the Lord for Moses to repeat to the Israelites. Quote, "Regard not them that have familiar spirits, neither seek after wizards, to be defiled by them. I am the Lord your God. and the soul that turneth after such as have familiar spirits, and after wizards, to go a-whoring after them, I will even set my face against that soul, and will cut him off from among his people. A man also or woman that hath a familiar spirit, or that is a wizard, shall surely be put to death. They shall stone them with stones, their blood shall be upon them. It is also within the book of Deuteronomy, before the Israelites are to pass over the river Jordan and into their promised land, that the Lord commands his people again, further iterating to refrain from the occult. And it is within these verses that the mention of the practice of necromancy appears. Quote, "There shall not be found among you anyone that maketh his son or his daughter to pass through the fire, or that useth divination, or an observer of times, or an enchanter, or a witch, or a charmer, or a consulter with familiar spirits, or a wizard, or a necromancer. For all that do these things are an abomination unto the Lord, and because of these abominations the Lord thy God doth drive them out from before thee." Necromancy is the practice of magical sorcery involving communication with the dead by summoning their spirits as apparitions or visions for the purpose of divination, imparting the means to foretell future events and discovery of hidden knowledge. Sometimes categorized under death magic, the term is occasionally also used in a more general sense to refer to black magic or witchcraft as a whole. The reason for the importance in the Israelites not following after other nations in this way is due to Israel having the Lord God to guide them in every aspect of their lives. Those without the Most High seek after false idols, and when their carved deities can't save them, they turn to death, hoping it contains knowledge of life. An example of the practice of necromancy is seen within the Bible. During the reign of Saul, Israel's first king, we read how the king sought knowledge from outside of the Lord's presence. Yet the knowledge to be plucked from the withered vine cannot sustain thee. It will only leave you craving for more. If you seek answers outside of the Lord, you are lost without the light. The book of 1 Samuel gives us the account of the experience of King Saul with a medium at the city of Endor. The prophet Samuel was dead, and the army of the Philistines had gathered to fight against Israel. Seeing the vast army of the enemy, Saul became afraid. He decided to inquire of the Lord. However, the Lord was no longer speaking to Saul because of his continual disobedience. Since the Lord had turned his back on Saul, the king decided to resort to spiritism. Although all the mediums had been driven out of the land, Saul asked his servants to find a medium he could consult about the future, seeing that the Lord would tell him nothing. 1 Samuel chapter 28 reads, "Then said Saul unto his servants, Seek me a woman that hath a familiar spirit, that I may go to her and inquire of her. And his servant said to him, Behold, there is a woman that hath a familiar spirit at Endor. And Saul disguised himself and put on other raiment, and he went, and 2 men with him, and they came to the woman by night. And he said, I pray thee, divine unto me by the familiar spirit, and bring me him up, whom I shall name unto thee. And the woman said unto him, Behold, thou knowest what Saul hath done, how he hath cut off those that have familiar spirits, and the wizards, out of the land. Wherefore then layest thou a snare for my life, to cause me to die? And Saul sware to her by the Lord, saying, As the Lord liveth, there shall no punishment happen to thee for this thing. Then said the woman, Whom shall I bring up unto thee? And he said, Bring me up Samuel. And when the woman saw Samuel, she cried with a loud voice. And the woman spake to Saul, saying, Why hast thou deceived me? For thou art Saul. And the king said unto her, Be not afraid, for what sawest thou? And the woman said unto Saul, I saw gods ascending out of the earth. And he said unto her, What form is he of? And she said, An old man cometh up, and he is covered with a mantle. And Saul perceived that it was Samuel, and he stooped with his face to the ground and bowed himself. From this account, we understand that beings appearing as gods came up out of the earth. The reason, their adorned mantles, which invoked a sense of power. For a woman who is well versed in the practice of the occult, her reaction tells us that her contacting persons of this type was a first. This is because what she has foreseen is the people of the Lord, who have died believing in him, being pulled up out of a place known as Abraham's bosom. Abraham's bosom is seen by many as a term that is synonymous with death. Therefore, it is a symbolic way of describing the dead. It is believed that Abraham's bosom was not heaven, but something similar, rather acting as a holding place until Christ's mission was fulfilled, and the keys of death were taken from Satan, opening up heaven for the believers. And as the heavens were locked due to the blood of the Lamb not being yet spilled, this explains why Abraham's bosom was kept within the earth. To contact a spirit, you need a soul tie, which is a spiritual connection to a person. This is how Saul was able to call upon Samuel. And as those of the Lord are instructed to keep away from the occult, this thus explains the uniqueness of the summoning. To reiterate, since the finished work on the cross, there is no way of contacting your loved ones. There is also no way in which they can contact you. If they are in heaven or hell, and you still walk on this earth, it is not them you will summon. It is something far worse. In today's times, the occult has been transformed into varying amounts of entertainment. The new age is in fact the old, as nothing is new under the sun. Ecclesiastes chapter 9 reads, "This is an evil among all things that are done under the sun, that there is one event unto all. Yea, also the heart of the sons of men is full of evil, and madness is in their heart while they live, and after that they go to the dead. For to him that is joined to all the living there is hope. For a living dog is better than a dead lion. For the living know that they shall die, but the dead know not anything, neither have they any more a reward, for the memory of them is forgotten. Also their love, and their hatred, and their envy is now perished. Neither have they any more a portion forever in anything that is done under the sun." To conclude, the seeds of sin fell with the twisted branch that was cast from heaven. The polluting pollen made its way into man's temple, defiling his sanctuary. The heavens opened, with all that held the breath of life drowning in judgment. Their corruption sank, yet their presence remained. Until the seals are shattered, the Nephilim will be contained on earth, living in the waters of their damnation. To commune with them is to commune with their father, the devil. As mentioned in the beginning of this video, the aim is to get you interested in the works of the Bible. If your interest has been piqued, then please read.
There you go. That's a good one. Oh, it's a 2-point game. Damn. Fucking airball that bitch. Bodying your shit. Oh yeah, I'm supposed to do catch and shoot. Can't do it. Damn, missing everything now. Got me a block. And a 3. There we go. Of course he gonna make that. I'll let you get back, bro. Damn, Brunson. He's too little. Oh, that's my guy. There we go. I need to catch and shoot.
Let's keep it up.
Oh, it's me. I got the ball. Hey. I'm all in the fucking stands and shit. It's definitely not what I was trying to do. Fuck. Fucking ruining my takeover, bro. Got him. Healed him. Finally, just shoot it. Oh, it's a pretty close game still. Fuck this. Take it too long. Damn. Glad I ain't jumping with him. Oh yeah, I gotta go through all this shit again.
Shooting two. Hey, corner specialist.
Dang. Hit me so hard on the pick, I had to switch. Damn, I hesitated just a second. Damn. Fuck did he make that?
The Joe Rogan Experience.
And wondering what the potential for the future is and whether or not that's a good thing.
I think it's going to be a great thing, but I think it's not going to be all a great thing. And that is where I think that's where all of the complexity comes in for people. It's not this like clean story of we're going to do this and it's all going to be great. It's we're going to do this, it's going to be net great, but it's going to be like a technological revolution. It's going to be a societal revolution. And those always come with change. And even if it's like net wonderful, there's things we're going to lose along the way. Some kinds of jobs, some kind of parts of our way of life, some parts of the way we live are going to change or go away. And no matter how tremendous the upside is there, and I believe it will be tremendously good. There's a lot of stuff we got to navigate through to make sure. That's a complicated thing for anyone to wrap their heads around, and there's deep and super understandable emotions around that.
That's a very honest answer. That it's not all going to be good, but it seems inevitable at this point.
It's definitely inevitable. My view of the world, when you're like a kid in school, you learn about this technological revolution and then that one and then that one. And my view of the world now, sort of looking backwards and forwards, is that this is like one long technological revolution. And we had, first we had to figure out agriculture so that we had the resources and time to figure out how to build machines. And then we got this industrial revolution, and that made us learn about a lot of stuff, a lot of other scientific discovery too. Let us do the computer revolution, and that's now letting us, as we scale up to these massive systems, do the AI revolution. But it really is just one long story of humans discovering science and technology and co-evolving with it. And I think it's the most exciting story of all time. I think it's how we get to this world of abundance. And although we do have these things to navigate, and there will be these downsides, if you think about what it means for the world and for people's quality of lives, if we can get to a world where the cost of intelligence and the abundance that comes with that, the cost dramatically falls, the abundance goes way up. I think we'll do the same thing with energy. And I think those are the two sort of key inputs to everything else we want. So if we can have abundant and cheap energy and intelligence, that will transform people's lives largely for the better. And I think it's going to, in the same way that if we could go back now 500 years and look at someone's life, we'd say, well, there's some great things, but they didn't have this, they didn't have that. Can you believe they didn't have modern medicine? That's what people are going to look back at us like, but in 50 years.
When you think about the people that currently rely on jobs that AI will replace, when you think about whether it's truck drivers or automation workers, people that work in factory assembly lines, what, if anything, what strategies can be put to mitigate the negative downsides of those jobs being eliminated by AI?
So I'll talk about some general thoughts, but I find making very specific predictions difficult because the way the technology goes has been so different than even my own intuitions, or certainly my own intuitions.
Maybe we should stop there and back up a little. What were your initial thoughts?
If you had asked me 10 years ago, I would have said, first AI is going to come for blue-collar labor, basically. It's going to drive trucks and do factory work, and it'll handle heavy machinery. Then maybe after that, it'll do like some kinds of cognitive labor, kind of, but not, it won't be off doing what I think of personally as the really hard stuff. It won't be off proving new mathematical theorems, won't be off, discovering new science, won't be off writing code. And then eventually, maybe last of all, maybe never, because human creativity is this magic special thing. Last of all, it'll come for the creative jobs. That's what I would have said. Now, it looks to me like, and for a while, AI is much better at doing tasks than doing jobs. It can do these little pieces super well, but sometimes it goes off the rails. It can't keep like very long coherence. So people are instead just able to do their existing jobs way more productively. But you really still need the human there today. And then B, it's going exactly the other direction. It could do the creative work first, stuff like coding second. They can do things like other kinds of cognitive labor third, and we're the furthest away from like humanoid robots.
So back to the initial question. If we do have something that completely eliminates factory workers, completely eliminates truck drivers, delivery drivers, things along those lines, that creates this massive vacuum in our society.
So I think there's things that we're gonna do that are good to do but not sufficient. So I think at some point we will do something like a UBI or some other kind of like very long-term unemployment insurance something, but we'll have some way of giving people, like redistributing money in society as a cushion for people as people figure out the new jobs. But, and maybe I should touch on that. I'm not a believer at all that there won't be lots of new jobs. I think human creativity, desire for status, wanting different ways to compete, invent new things, feel part of a community, feel valued, that's not going to go anywhere. People have worried about that forever. What happens is we get better tools and we just invent new things and more amazing things to do. And there's a big universe out there. And I mean that like literally, in that there's like space is really big, but also there's just so much stuff we can all do if we do get to this world of abundant intelligence where you can sort of just think of a new idea and it gets created. But again, that doesn't, to the point we started with, that doesn't provide like great solace to people who are losing their jobs today. So saying there's going to be this great indefinite stuff in the future, people are like, what are we doing today? So, I think we will, as a society, do things like UBI and other ways of redistribution, but I don't think that gets at the core of what people want. I think what people want is like agency, self-determination, the ability to play a role in architecting the future along with the rest of society, the ability to express themselves and create something meaningful to them. And also, I think a lot of people work jobs they hate. And I think we as a society are always a little bit confused about whether we want to work more or work less. But somehow that we all get to do something meaningful and we all get to play our role in driving the future forward. That's really important. And what I hope is as those long-haul truck driving jobs go away, which, people have been wrong about predicting how fast that's going to happen, but it's going to happen. We figure out not just a way to
truck driving is
solve
over.
the economic problem by like giving people the equivalent of money every month, but that there's a way that, and we've had a lot of ideas about this, there's a way that we like share ownership and decision making over the future. A thing I say a lot about AGI is that everyone realizes we're going to have to share the benefits of that, but we also have to share like the decision making over it and access to the system itself. Like I'd be more excited about a world where we say, rather than give everybody on Earth like 1/8 billionth of the AGI money, which we should do that too, we say you get like 1/8 billionth of a 1/8 billionth slice of the system. You can sell it to somebody else, you can sell it to a company, you can pool it with other people, you can use it for whatever creative pursuit you want, you can use it to figure out how to start some new business. And with that, you get sort of like a voting right over how this is all going to be used. And so the better the AGI gets, the more your little 1/8 billionth ownership is worth to you.
We were joking around the other day on the podcast where I was saying that what we need is an AI government. We should
What
have
does
an
that mean?
AI
AI
president
government.
and have AI
Just
run
make all the
things.
decisions.
Yeah, have something that's completely unbiased, absolutely rational, has the accumulated knowledge of the entire human history
Yeah.
at its disposal, including all knowledge of psychology and psychological study, including UBI, because that comes with a host of, pitfalls and issues that people have with it.
So I'll say something there. I think we're still very far away from a system that is capable enough and reliable enough that any of us would want that. But I'll tell you something I love about that. Someday, let's say that thing gets built. The fact that it can go around and talk to every person on Earth, understand
Right.
their exact preferences at a very deep level, how they think about this issue and that one, and how they balance the trade-offs and what they want, and then understand all of that and like collectively optimize for the collective preferences of humanity or of citizens of the US, that's awesome.
As long as it's not co-opted, right? Our government currently is co-opted.
That's for sure.
We know for sure that our government is heavily influenced by special interests.
Right.
If we could have an artificial
Dang.
intelligence government that has no influence, nothing has influence on it,
What a fascinating idea.
it's possible.
Like
And
you
I
never
think it
thought
might
of
be
that.
the only way where you're going to get completely objective, the absolute most intelligent decision for virtually every problem, every dilemma that we face currently in society.
Would you truly be comfortable handing over like final decision making and say, all right, AI, you got it from here?
No, but I'm not comfortable doing that with anybody.
Right.
I
Right.
mean, I don't.
Right.
I was
The way it is
uncomfortable with
now.
the Patriot Act. I'm uncomfortable with
Totally.
many decisions that are being made. It's just there's so much obvious evidence that decisions that are being made are not being made in the best interest of the overall well of the people. It's
Right.
being made in the decisions of whatever gigantic corporations that have donated to and whatever the military industrial complex and pharmaceutical
Exactly.
industrial complex and then just the money. That's really what we know today, that money has a massive influence on our society and the choices that get made and the overall good or bad for the population.
Yeah, I have no disagreement at all that the current system is super broken, not working for people, super corrupt, and for sure, like, unbelievably run by money.
Yeah.
And I think there is a way to do a better job than that with AI in some way. But, and this might just be like a factor of sitting with the systems all day and watching all of the ways they fail. We got a long way to go.
A long way to go, I'm sure. But when you think of AGI, when you think of the possible future, like where it goes to, do you ever extrapolate? Do you ever like sit and pause and say, well, if this becomes sentient and it has the ability to make better versions of
Yeah.
itself, how long before we're literally dealing with a god?
So the way that I think about this is, it used to be that like AGI was this very binary moment. It was before and after. And I think I'm totally wrong about that. And the right way to think about it is this continuum of intelligence, this smooth exponential curve, back all the way to that sort of smooth curve of technological revolution. The amount of compute power we can put into the system, the scientific ideas about how to make it more efficient and smarter, to give it the ability to do reasoning, to think about how to improve itself, that will all come. But my model for a long time, I think if you look at the world of AGI thinkers, there's sort of two, particularly around the safety issues you're talking about, there's two axes that matter. There's the what's called short timelines or long timelines. To the first milestone of AGI, whatever that's going to be. Is that going to happen in a few years, a few decades, maybe even longer? Although at this point, I think most people are a few years or a few decades. And then there's takeoff speed. Once we get there, from there to that point you were talking about where it's capable of the rapid self-improvement, is that a slow or a fast process? The world that I think that we're in, and also the world that I think is the most controllable and the safest, is the short timelines and slow takeoff quadrant. And I think we're going to have, there were a lot of very smart people for a while who were like, the thing you were just talking about happens in a day or 3 days. And that doesn't seem likely to me given the shape of the technology as we understand it now. Now, even if that happens in a decade or 3 decades, it's still like the blink of an eye from a historical perspective. And there are going to be some real challenges to getting that right. And the decisions we make, the sort of safety systems and the checks that the world puts in place, how we think about global regulation or rules of the road from a safety perspective for those projects, it's super important because you can imagine many things going horribly wrong. But I feel cheerful about the progress the world is making towards taking this seriously. And, it reminds me of what I've read about the conversations that the world had right around the development of nuclear weapons.
Damn. Chat GPT? CPT? Chat CPT? My bad. Hey. Behind the bike. Come on, man. You can't steal the ball from nobody in this motherfucking game. Alright, back to the video. Shit. Fuck it.
Something to add on to episode 40's Oshkosh work. And this information is going to be coming from an anonymous source. I was told that these are photos from behind the main lobby of the life insurance building that we covered in episode 40. And they are inside of a huge vault that they now call a conference room. Can you believe it? So we not only have the griffins on the outside, on the top of the building, which some may have thought were there as a random decoration, but we also have them on the inside, all for a life insurance building. Are we sure this is normal? Of course it's not normal for a life insurance building. This is the exact kind of stuff that we are looking for in this research. Now let's zoom in on this picture of the top and look at it closer. We can clearly see mermaids and centaurs, or in other words, a horse body with a man attached. Then we literally have the exact same picture on real-life display. This must be incredibly symbolic of what was going on in the old world. In my opinion, none of this stuff is fairy tale fake. This is a display of actual animals and people from the old world. You can, as always, believe whatever you would like to believe, but this is where I'm at in my research. And right in the middle, we have the griffins, touching the tree of life. These griffins must have been incredible creatures to be the center of the display. We know how meaningful they were to Grand Tartaria at this point, and that's what was on their flag, the griffin. Now, in my opinion, this is a depiction of us as humans at the bottom, with the sun and the moon right here, and this area is all we could see. But then there's all this other stuff going on above us and around us that explains that this place that we live is so much more in depth than we really know and are told. What an incredible building. After this episode and what I share about Oshkosh in this one, I highly recommend that you all see the outside of this building and everything that we found in Oshkosh, Wisconsin from episode 40. Now, what if every building, every college, was a stolen building, and there is a lost history in every town? Edited photos that we are told are real. Not a single person in the photos, or we get a photoshopped horse in a wagon that was actually never there. Why are the streets raised from the previous level in nearly every town? Windows and doors that lead to nothing but dirt. Why would anyone build like that? Nobody would. There are underground tunnel systems in nearly every city all to transport alcohol during Prohibition? Come on, that's not good enough. Were these incredible buildings actually built together at the same time and not built individually, connected, and the builders were aware that the mud flood was on the way? A massive catastrophic event, whether it was done by the controllers or if this place that we live resets itself on its own, like clockwork. Was this common knowledge of the previous civilization? Who are we to say? The tunnels are here, and this is undeniable. So something happened, and this previous civilization definitely knew that something was coming. And it definitely wasn't to smuggle liquor for your friend's birthday party. The average person wasn't digging tunnels. This was a major operation. Is there a world under our feet that we're unaware of? Buried by mud and dirt? Sure, New York and Chicago and the major cities have tunnel systems, and we know this. But where it gets crazy is that it isn't just the major cities. It's even in cities such as Oshkosh, Wisconsin. These tunnels underground have been used for many things back in the day. Back in the day? No, we aren't just brushing this one off anymore with the back in the day stuff. It goes on to say, one of those things was running liquor back and forth from building to building. So even in Oshkosh, Wisconsin, the buildings are connected underground with zero construction photos of anyone ever connecting a building to another one. Are you seeing the lie even clearer now? Should we go even deeper? Here we go. Welcome to episode 42 of my lunch break. I hope you're all having a great day. And if you're new, welcome. Brunson, Maddie Kevs, Christopher Arietta, Millicent, The Lady Lacey Show, Edwin Johnson, Home Guard Goes Hard, David and Sherry Ferguson, Chuck Templeton, and Nazir Premier. You guys are all awesome and helping this channel out a lot. Now, I mentioned Oshkosh in episode 40, and we went there and saw that they have griffins on the top of their building. Now, we know this town also has a tunnel system that connects all the buildings together. So when I was showing how the windows are all below the current ground level, this is what I'm talking about. There is a tunnel system. These buildings are so much bigger than we can see. And how deep are these tunnels? What is down there? And you know something crazy is going on in Oshkosh, Wisconsin when you have massive military contracts awarded to Oshkosh Defense. On December 16th, 2022, Oshkosh Defense LLC announced that the U.S. Army placed a $543 million order. So this is a town that is funded by higher powers, and they're taken care of. We are always told to trace the money, right? A massive military corporation providing aid to the Army, Marines, Air Force, and Navy. Who is really in charge of this town, setting up these kind of operations and massive contracts? So we have tunnels, massive military contracts, griffins on the buildings, pillars and columns everywhere. This place is just unbelievable. And there is a book called Oshkosh Down Under. And look at this stuff. We have photos of the entrance to the tunnel from the old Mercy Medical Hospital. Tunnels in the 1800s? Not only were they building above ground, but also below? This is insane and opens up so many more doors for us. Here we have the tunnel from the hotel to the Opera House. And there's even a sign saying tunnel to the courthouse. Remember, these tunnels connect all of the buildings, not just one. There is a massive tunnel system right below the sidewalk. So when you go back and watch episode 40, remember that there are now proven tunnels below where I was standing. This is crazy stuff. In the future, if you guys like this kind of stuff, I'll go back to Oshkosh and see if we can get inside the tunnels. And so we're clear, these tunnels were found and repurposed by our current civilization, in my opinion. This book states that they used the tunnels to transport prisoners from the jail to the courthouse, which they no longer do. But this is not what it was originally used for, of course. Here we have a photo of the entrance to the tunnel from the county safety building, taken by the city of Oshkosh. So these tunnels were no secret. It's incredible. Now in 1944, we have a witness that states she was working for Gateway Valley Wholesale Liquor, located next to a private garage. She left for lunch one day and saw an area that was going down into the hotel. And this opened up into a tunnel, leading underneath the alley and into the hotel. She says that she remembers seeing glass cubicles that brought light down into the tunnel by using the sun, of course. And to prove her story to be true, there is a map below from the Sanborn Fire Insurance map of 1903. So they had to report their map to the insurance company. And the map shows that there are in fact tunnels under the hotel. So when I was showing you all the windows that were at the current ground level in episode 40, and also the exact same thing most likely going on in Ancient Champagne, episode 36, in my opinion, I think that all of these tunnels in all of these cities and towns lead to a central point. And I think that this point is where the Freemasons set up their lodge. I think the lodge is the central point of all the tunnels. But that's just where my opinion stands at the moment, based on all of my research. The police were the ones enforcing the prohibition. These tunnels lead from the courthouse to the jail, and all the places that were enforcing the prohibition, including the courthouse, and many other places, but my point is, this wasn't designed to smuggle alcohol by gangsters and bootleggers. You wouldn't design your tunnel to go right to the jail, or the courthouse, or the police station. These tunnels were used for a much different reason for the previous civilization. And how deep do these things go? Are there more that we don't know about? Are there buildings completely covered by the dirt that we can't see? And thank you to Shiny Penny on X for bringing this book and map to my attention. We now know that using the Masonic Temple as the starting point, if you plot the schools in the surrounding area of Oshkosh, you will see the pentagram symbol appear. Randomly, of course. No. I'm just pointing out facts here. You are always free to think whatever you like, of course, but we can see what's going on here. This is a clear operation. This is not by accident, in my opinion. And this is not the only town that this kind of stuff is taking place in. For example, we have the Ybor tunnels located in Tampa, Florida. There is no doubt that tunnels do exist under Ybor City, but their purpose is highly debated. The most common belief is that bootleggers or the Tampa Mafia dug the tunnels under many of the establishments along the city's main drag, connecting them to the port, allowing easy smuggling of shipments of liquor in and out of the city. So another narrative saying this was for smuggling liquor, with zero evidence, as this was just a common belief. Who says that this is a common belief? Who gets to decide that? This is not what I believe at all. Not even close. I believe that these tunnels were there before, found and repurposed possibly, but not created for alcohol smuggling. This is crazy. All over the world they use this crazy narrative, building massive tunnels that connect so many buildings together perfectly. All for alcohol? No way. A reminder, of course, that this was done by a civilization that rode around on horses and couldn't even build a road. Dirt roads, but incredible tunnel systems around the world. Give me a break. They couldn't even build a road on the ground. Why should we believe that they could create connecting massive tunnel systems below the ground, all over the world? All for alcohol? Did the prohibition even happen? Or is this just an attempt to explain away the tunnels that are everywhere? I know which way I'm leaning. And was there something that these tunnels had underground that we weren't allowed to see, or are possibly still there? Did they have the previous civilization's items, their technology? And of course, we all know about the Boring Company. Do you think this is the first time in the true history that humans have ever dug a tunnel? No, of course not. This is a classic example of using the previous civilization's technology and saying this is the first time. We really honestly don't come up with ideas very often. All of these things that we're told are invented in the last 200 years at rapid speeds, and are all things that the previous civilization already had. And was there only one previous civilization? Or has this happened many, many times before? And do you want to see how this works? Do you think this is a one-off? Would you like to see how the narrative is coming from a single source, telling the narrator what to say to us, lying and repeating the same story over and over and over, just like the news, being told what to say and not actually showing proof of anything, just guessing and telling us that it is common belief, never even seeing a bottle of alcohol down in one of these tunnels. And we just accept it. Well, not anymore. We're all allowed to question it and use common sense and use only facts to form how we look at things. The tunnels of Benicia. Not only are we given the exact same narrative as the other two tunnels, but we are also given the exact same words. Bootleggers transporting alcohol through the hidden tunnels in California. This is the exact same story, yet thousands of miles away from each other. From Oshkosh to Florida to California. How do they all know how to make perfect tunnels underground, but cannot build a road on the ground? Never a mistake, just perfect tunnels, all connecting to all of the buildings. Now, knowing this information, how can we even look at a building with windows under the current ground level the same ever again? And this paragraph is showing it to us again, that all of these things that we are suggesting make so much more sense than the crazy narrative that we are told, suggesting that there were people before us and that our narrative is lying to us about it for their benefit and to hold power over the people. Why would that be shocking? It isn't. It is also so much more believable than the crazy timeline that we are given. And the mistakes make it clear that there were dirt roads, yet there were perfect tunnel systems underground with no power tools. Who is transporting the people to these tunnel sites? An Uber? No. They were supposedly riding their horse home in time for dinner. Now, this paragraph states that arguably a more proper and kid-friendly explanation. Wait, before we continue. They again don't know why these tunnels are here and just making things up. Okay, here we go. Some mysterious people that we don't know who they are say that the tunnels were originally created as an escape route for the town's elites. Believers of this theory claim that there was a tunnel entry point at the Capitol building, connecting to the clock tower and surrounding buildings. The underground route would allow for the city's elites to safely escape militaristic threats. Now, this tunnel system is supposedly connecting all the old world buildings together, exactly like we have shown in the other cities. My question is, what in the world is underground? And how big are these buildings? I definitely don't think that the dirt is just hiding some tunnels. These old world buildings that look insane above ground must have unbelievable stuff underground that we cannot see. How big is the Cologne Cathedral? What kind of tunnel systems are under these major cities? It's incredible stuff. The door is now wide open for us to go even deeper, literally and figuratively. If we're able to get our hands on technology that can see underground, one day, this could be bigger than we ever imagined. Oh, and we're not done yet, because I'm not leaving evidence on the table. We have the Bavarian tunnel system, where we are told, and I quote, that there were 3 separate tunnels connected to at least 4 different buildings at the Bavarian brewery. More alcohol and more tunnels and more buildings. And even more uncertainty from the narrator. The north entrance was reportedly in the boiler house, but it may have been in the engine room structure, which was converted to a bottling department after Prohibition. So it might have been, but we really don't know what we're talking about, because we found these tunnels and we're clearly lying. Let's scroll down and take a look at this together. And keep in mind what words they are using. They don't know how these tunnels got here. What they write is a complete lie, in my opinion. Here we go. They also illustrate that Tunnel T3 had been bricked up by 1950. Wait, what? They bricked the tunnel up? I wonder what they didn't want us to see in 1950. And this was probably done sometime during Prohibition, but of course they aren't sure. And we are supposed to just accept that. There would have been staircases in both of these buildings providing access to the tunnel. And it is believed, but totally unsure again, in the exact same paragraph, there is so much guessing and uncertainty. But it is believed that Tunnel T2 was used beginning in 1907, possibly until the brewery was closed in 1966. Possibly. So they are unsure about all of this. They don't know anything. They are trying their best to explain away massive tunnel systems that were here in the 1800s, that do not fit into the narrative, that connect massive buildings together during a time period that people supposedly had candlelight. Do we all understand how hard it would be to dig out all of this dirt and form massive tunnel systems? The dirt would have to go somewhere. Do you think nobody would notice this dirt? And this would take so long that surely somebody would notice the dirt sitting there eventually. They didn't have dump trucks that could take the dirt away in a day. Surely somewhere in the world where these tunnels were being built, some authority figure would have some questions. Like, what are you guys doing over there? With massive amounts of dirt piling up and thousands of pounds of limestone for the walls. The narrative sounds so insane and a joke. Because it is. And I'm so thankful that we are on the other side of this narrative now, not just blindly accepting it because we're told to. So what happened to this tunnel? Well, in 2017 to 2019, during the construction of the Kenton County Government Center, Turner Construction reported encountering multiple tunnels. So there were even more tunnels than we're told about. And T2 and T3 were in their way. So Turner demolished the tunnels. So let's move to Cincinnati, Ohio, where 40 feet below the current ground level, 10,000 square feet of tunnels were supposedly built in 1855. Now, after everything that we have said, this is just insane. Another tunnel system in the 1800s. And they aren't going to tell us that this one was used for alcohol too. Or will they? Oh, of course they will.
Yes, they will.
This one belonged to the Link Brewery, which was a half a mile away from the tunnels. What? Wait, the brewery was a half a mile away from the tunnels? But they are taking credit? Why did they need massive tunnels? To age the beer in underground tunnels? Are you kidding me? After Prohibition ended in 1933, the tunnels were useless and filled up and destroyed. Wow. This, in my opinion, is literally proving that Prohibition was an excuse for these tunnels. And now that we can drink alcohol again, we're all cool with them just destroying these tunnels from the past civilization. Over and over and over. This is the excuse. But in January of 2018, they accidentally made a mistake and discovered more tunnels during renovation. So 2 months later, they didn't have any other choice but to show them off to the public. And what do they care? Everyone is buying the narrative at this point that these massive tunnel systems are here because of the alcohol ban from back in the day. You can even see in Atlanta, Georgia, where their city is basically all above ground. And there are stores underground that used to be there. It's so weird. And Kansas City has one too. And then we were told in about 1887, a 22-foot wide, 18-foot tall, and 810-foot long tunnel system right under the people's feet in Kansas City. Why have we not gone and investigated this one? Well, it was sealed off in 1956 and basically forgot about. I wonder why it was forgot about. Well, maybe because it was sealed off. Definitely an agenda, working all over the world, working together to hide the true history. And we see it over and over again, covering so many different topics, the tunnel system being only one of them. I hope you all enjoyed this episode today. I've always been really interested in the tunnel systems and all of the underground stuff, including Denver Airport, where they supposedly built a brand new airport when they didn't even need a new airport, that now has a lot of buildings that were buried and connected underground. So the past civilization showed the way, and it continues today, right in front of our faces and now right below our feet. If you all like this video and want to see more, subscribe.
Not bad, not bad, not bad. Halftime.
Photo that we have of Molly here, just as a reminder. It's coming.
Yeah, that's me.
This is a scene you did. How recent was this scene?
That was this year.
I've been in this house before.
Yeah.
Oh.
Is that like a porn house?
Yeah,
yeah.
we have a few.
They shoot there. And so this is that's from her Twitter. If you see the other photo,
You guys should all look at my
She
Twitter.
can take dick. No, Molly impresses me.
the thing I told her last time is, if a guy sees that photo, this photo, like scroll it up, don't go that low. That's gonna be like a wrap for 97% of dudes.
She's a boyfriend.
Yeah, I do actually.
He's in the 3%.
Right. He's in 3%.
He's in the 3%.
Like a dude sees that shit, it's a wrap. It's done. It's donezo.
Well, they're all normies.
Just that photo. They see the other photo, like I said before. That shit bumps up to 99%.
Yeah.
I mean, she has a boyfriend.
Yeah.
In the dark recesses of your husband's mind, he will be seeing that photo in his dreams.
You think so?
And it will haunt him.
Yeah, bro gonna have night sweats.
I hope they'll be looking at like my wedding photo rather than that photo.
They don't care. I think they'd be talking more shit about your husband.
Like, it's rare, but there is like guys who don't care.
I feel like doing this weeds out all the guys that just like don't have the patience for me to fuck around.
Why would you want to fuck around if you're in a relationship?
Cause I get bored.
So why are you in a relationship?
I love it.
Get this.
So why,
go ahead. Go
why are you in a
ahead.
relationship then? So you're not loyal.
Of course I'm loyal.
Is your
But
boyfriend?
you just said that you fuck around.
Yeah, why don't you? Yeah, I'm a
like-
porn star.
Okay.
No, but you
It's our
like
job.
you
Yeah.
have sex with other guys who aren't in porn, right?
No.
Oh,
Yeah, I
well,
don't do that
I
either.
think that's what we understood when you said that you f around.
I still fuck around. But like I keep it with like industry people.
Oh, so
We touched
if
on
you're
this,
not
like, the
shooting, if
yeah.
you're not shooting a scene, you'll sleep with other guys who are in the industry, or you'll have sex with them.
I
Just for
have
fun.
before, yeah, but I don't really right now. Just
Okay.
'cause, like there's not need
Well,
to.
and this is from the previous show too. You said that you have sex with men for a living. Your boyfriend knows, and he even drops you off at their houses.
Yeah.
Your boyfriend drops you off at the house of other men who you're
With
gonna have
a kiss and a hug.
But now here's the ringer. Here's the catcher, ringer. I don't know. When he hooks up with other girls, you get jealous and start arguments, and you only want him to be with you.
Yeah.
You want to know that you have all the attention at
Yeah.
all times, and you don't care if it's wrong, hypocritical, or how, and that's how you feel.
Yeah, basically.
How much money does he make?
Him?
I don't know why.
Just wondering.
Do you like know that he'll likely never be loyal to you?
He's very loyal, actually.
But like, why do you think that?
Because I know that.
But you both do porn for a living, and you're dating, and you fuck around with other people, and
Oh,
he
he does
drops
porn
you
too?
off at their house. So why would he stay faithful to you?
But I feel like the idea of being faithful is different from people that do porn and the people that don't do porn. Because like sex to me is not something that always has to be like super intimate and like super meaningful.
No.
You know what I
Same.
mean? Like
Yeah, I was saying like last time, like I fuck my friends. Like I love my friends.
yeah, like I've literally fucked you and I fucked you.
Yeah.
Like I fucked two of the people on this panel and
yeah, like we fuck.
we're friends.
Yeah, like
We're,
we know you're
besties.
desensitized to sex, but like emotional cheating, perhaps. Like, what if you develop feelings for another woman?
Well, that's what I'm saying. That's where I get jealous.
Yeah. I don't.
But you just said that he fucks other girls and you'd get jealous too.
Well, yeah, if I feel like there's like an emotional attachment being formed, that's when I get jealous. I feel like you were having this issue too. Yeah.
I don't let my man fuck any girls.
Do you
But you can be a whore.
Yes.
Yes.
You don't let
I am a
which,
whore.
It's
which,
princess treatment.
Which of your multiple men?
The one I'm married to doesn't cheat on me. He loves me a lot. He just doesn't.
While you
he-
cheat on
so
him.
He doesn't have like the need to. Like he just like actually loves me.
Because that's his personality.
I mean, that's-
So does he take care of you?
Yeah.
Like
We-
completely? Is that why you married him?
No,
She's
he
lying.
doesn't. He doesn't
It's-
like.
there is
like
no
you're- Oh my
Mormon
god!
bishop
Shut
husband.
up! Literally.
There is no Mormon
like,
bishop
he's gonna,
husband.
You can like suck my penis if
I thought you were
have
gonna
one,
call
but
him.
I can. Like I can call him right now. Let's see if he answers. Actually, I think I. Yeah.
Did
Right,
you?
so they think their boyfriends are being loyal, but like
She
it's not
could,
like you're.
bro.
And like the thing is, whenever I got married, like
Hold
we
on.
like had a scene like right after that. Like
We
I don't know
literally
why.
had a scene
like,
the day after
I
she
live in
got
LA.
married.
Like I'm obviously a weird person. I do porn. Like I'm a fucking weirdo. Like I'm
I
gonna
live
have
in LA.
weird
I'm not a weird
relationships.
person. I don't do porn.
Well, this is me. I'm a fucking weird bitch, and I suck whoever's dick I want to suck, and I fuck whoever I want to fuck, and I love whoever I want to fuck, and they love me back if they want.
Gotta love the hoes.
They do, and they fucking love me right back.
All the 70-year-old men.
And I'll suck their dick all night.
This is
And I'll be
yo
doing it
clown
with a
world in the
smile on my
chat. Clown
face.
world in the
You're
chat.
literally a
Like the
degenerate.
emojis. Clown world in the chat.
She was
This is
going
like
in.
This is like ground zero for the.
You're like bottom barrel of society.
know.
That's so
for
fun.
real.
Like
She
it's not
could,
like you're.
bro.
and like the thing is, whenever I got married, like
Hold on.
we like had a scene like right after that. Like
We
I don't know
literally
why.
had a scene the
Like,
day after
I
she
live in
got
LA.
married.
Like I'm obviously a weird person. I do porn. Like I'm a fucking weirdo. Like I'm
I
gonna
live in
have
LA.
weird
I'm not a weird
relationships.
person. I don't do porn.
Well, this is me. I'm a fucking weird bitch, and I suck whoever's dick I want to suck, and I fuck whoever I want to fuck, and I love whoever I want to fuck, and they love me back if they want.
Gotta love the hoes.
They do, and they fucking love me right back.
All the 70-year-old men.
And And I'll suck their dick all night.
This is
And I'll be
yo
doing it
clown
with a
world in the
smile on
chat.
my
Clown
face.
world in the
You're
chat.
literally a
like the
degenerate.
emojis. Clown
Going
world
in.
in the chat. This is like the. This is like ground zero for the.
You're like bottom barrel of society.
know.
That's so
for
fun.
real.
Like
Bottom
you can
tier.
think whatever you want. Like
I know.
that's why your man
You
jacks
are,
off
but what am
on me,
I?
like at night though.
This is
Whore.
like the degeneration of society, failed
I'm
Going
society.
in on each other.
California,
I'm
I am
glad that you
getting.
take pride in
I'm
it.
getting
That
the
makes me
fuck
feel
out of
really good for
California
you.
as soon as I
Thank you.
can.
At least I don't judge other
Like, at
people.
least I
when
don't,
I'm
like,
on my
lie
bed.
I'm
about
not
it.
judging
Sam
you. I
Brown
just
whore.
told her that I was really happy that she is proud of what she is.
Are you genuine? Cause like thank you.
Yeah, I'm being 100%
No, yeah.
genuine.
I get like people being like, at least you don't like lie about it. And I'm like, yeah, like at least I'm not like someone that's like a fake whore. You're like, oh my god, I'm not a whore. Like you know, like I'm a whore.
True,
For sure.
she's real.
Okay,
Okay.
so
He's like, enough of that. Crazy.
The Rogan Experience.
Look at North Korea.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to
That's
see
the best example.
You know, if you want to see a state where,
Yeah.
I mean, we have very little news from there. Very few people get out, but the ones
Right.
that do, it's
Horrific.
George Orwell's 1984. It's
The Joe Rogan Experience.
look at North Korea.
Mm-hmm.
If you want
That's
to see
the best example.
you know, if you want to see a state where,
Yeah.
I mean, we have very little news from there. Very few people get out, but the ones
Right.
that do, it's
Horrific.
George Orwell's 1984. It's happening right now.
Somewhere.
And we're not. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I kind of thought that was like an interesting idea on America's original sin is slavery, and
Right.
there's no way to change the past. But one thing you could do, if you can't work out reparations, and people don't seem to be able to work out what to do with that, but one thing you could do is make America's foreign policy. Why don't we just stop slavery? Who couldn't get behind that?
Right.
Globally, to say you've got an incredible military.
Mm-hmm.
There's injustice going on in the world. That idea of being the world's policeman, I don't know. I mean, freeing slaves. Who could disagree with that?
Well,
who's putting up a case against it?
The problem is that you're addressing the way the United States interfaces with the world as if we're just trying to do overall good. That's not really what happens with this whole empire building thing. It's what's really going on is controlling resources and coming up with some reason that you have to intervene in order to acquire these resources or control these resources or protect your resources.
I think it's, you know what I think that is? Short money.
Mm-hmm.
Short money, because what's a resource? There's things that are resources now that won't be in 20 years. You know what the biggest industry in the world was in 1903?
Beavers.
Very close.
Beavers.
I'll give you I'll pass you, I'll give you a C. Whaling was the biggest industry in the world in 1903, and whaling disappeared overnight. Like in a year and a half, it was gone. Those towns were just emptied because the whale oil wasn't required anymore. Because suddenly we discovered petrochemicals.
Electricity, too.
Petrochemicals was really
Yeah.
the thing. Yeah, the whale oil, electricity, Edison, all of that stuff, Tesla.
Mhm.
It's really interesting how that industry just fell away.
Mm.
It's like the story of horse manure in New York City. You know this?
No.
So horse manure, you know why the brownstones have got steps up to the front door? You ever wondered about that? Why is the ground floor not on the ground floor? Why is it up steps?
Why?
Horseshit.
Really?
There was horseshit everywhere. They've always got those metal scrapers by the side, to get the horseshit off. You know the old movies, they always talk about smelling salts. There's a lot of references to smelling salts.
Mhm.
Yeah, the smell was horrific. If a horse died in the street, you had to wait for it to atrophy to cut it up and take it away. New York was the sound. Cobbled streets, metal wheels on the carts. Horses everywhere. So they made a law to say, right, horses, we're going to put tax on them. Didn't change anything. Made another law the next year. We're doubling the taxes. Right, we're going to do a thing with, we're going to say if you have a horse, then you have to do this, you have to do that, whatever it was. It kept on. And what stopped it? Henry Ford. Cars came along, all gone. There's 5 of them left in Central Park.
Right.
All gone in no time. Whaling disappeared over the night. That thing of like, what's a resource now? America trying to get resources overseas. I mean, I don't want to sound like a Boy Scout, but I think freeing slaves would be a much better thing to do than trying to get control of an oil field somewhere where you go, that's not going to be a resource in 10 years' time.
Yeah, the problem is it's a resource now. And
Right,
it's a
that's the
phenomenon
problem.
in terms of the amount of money that you could acquire.
But I mean, cobalt wasn't a resource
Right.
20 years ago.
Right.
And now we really need cobalt.
It's
and
very
suddenly,
important.
I mean, the things that are happening, the to get it are just horrific.
Yeah.
Hey.
I had Siddharth Kara on the podcast. He's a journalist that went to the Congo to document this and brought back video footage.
The Democratic Republic of Congo?
Mm-hmm.
Any country with democratic in the name, that's a fucking red flag, isn't it? That's a red flag. If they go, hey, we're democratic. Are you, though?
Yeah.
Are you?
Yeah.
It's hell on earth out there.
Mm-hmm.
It's happening right now. I think that thing of like people saying, well, I would go and make a difference. Well, there's stuff going on now if you want to get involved.
Well, what's so ironic is that it's one of the most horrific conditions that human beings are that's imposed upon human beings, but yet it is required in order for you to have a cell phone and complain about the injustices of the world. Every single person that has one of these things, you have in it minerals that were carved out of the ground by people living in the most insane conditions.
Child labor, slavery. I mean,
slavery, and not just that, like people with babies on their back that are breathing in this cobalt dust, horrific health consequences, everything, all the above. Abject poverty, no electricity.
I mean, here's like the big thing in the. I mean, again, gratitude. Go back to gratitude. We don't live there. Anyone listening to a podcast is, we're doing great. What can we do about it?
Right.
I don't know. I mean, this is part of the anxiety of the modern world because we're surrounded by problems, told about problems that we have no agency there.
Yeah.
We can't sort of do anything. But I don't know. I mean, it's what's going to be the next resource? Because environmentalism is clearly their right.
Yeah.
This fossil fuels, it needs to stop. But we've already got the downside volatility from splitting the atom. We've already got all the weapons. We could already destroy the world. We've got all of that. Why are we not building? And the tests have been done, right? There's nuclear submarines.
Mm-hmm.
You know what the range is on a nuclear submarine?
Yeah, it's insane.
It's unlimited. It's unlimited. They can go forever.
Yeah.
I mean, it's crazy. Why isn't every town powered by one of those?
Yes. Well, people have this bad taste in their mouth because of the few disasters that have existed when nuclear power was not.
Fukushima, right?
Yeah.
What's the death toll on Fukushima?
It's very low.
Oh,
but
I think
the toxic pollution,
it might be nothing.
I think it's one person. But the toxic environmental effect of them not being able to shut down that reactor is pretty devastating.
Yeah, I tell you what, it's not as devastating as fossil fuels.
Mm-hmm.
So it's as opposed to what is always the question.
Burning coal. Right. Yeah.
So burning coal, endlessly burning coal.
Yeah.
And anyone that says the environmental problem can be fixed by us cutting back is living in a dream world.
Right.
Because you go, well, you can't deny, like, that we owe a debt to future generations. And we owe a debt to people that are in different geographies to us.
Mm-hmm.
Like, there's no way you can say with good conscience, well, you need to cut back China and India. I mean, most people in the world, a third of the world don't have flushing toilets.
Right.
Like, they're living in poverty.
Mm-hmm.
So the idea that they won't need energy is insane.
Insane.
And we've nailed the technology, and we just never. We got nervous.
But it's worse than that. Germany shut down their nuclear power plants. I mean, people have shut them down because there's this negative connotation. There's this negative association that people have with nuclear.
Well, I mean, I don't know about. I'm not an expert, but Fukushima, I think, was a 40-year-old technology.
Yes.
There is new tech in that now.
Yes. Oh,
I
yeah.
mean, I can't understand why, like the big oil companies, why isn't someone, like, instead of just going, you've got to, every time there's an oil spill, you've got to clean up the seabirds better, or, you know, the Gulf of Mexico disaster was horrific, what happened.
Mm-hmm.
You go, why don't you just say you've got to invest half of your profits in nuclear? Take it private. Private seems to get things done quicker than governments.
Yeah. The real problem is there's still an insane amount of money to be made from fossil fuels. You know, there's a desire for it, and there's a market for it, and people are already making money doing it.
I don't know, though. But, okay, so if you want ants, put down sugar.
Mm-hmm.
The incentives need to be there. So let's put down some...
Again?
BP could be the next traditional oil major to invest
British
in the quickly
Petroleum.
Evolving nuclear fusion sector.
I mean...
Join a list of companies including Chevron, Eni, and...
But that happened after I said it, right?
May 19th.
I said, what?
A few months ago.
Change the date. Jesus. That would... I think that's kind of the... Because those guys, you go, would you buy stock in Shell Oil today? I wouldn't. Because if you're buying stocks and you said, look, I'm going to leave my kids a bunch of stocks and shares,
Right.
what do I think is going to be there in 30 years' time?
Yeah.
I'm sure, and I don't know whether it'll be like someone gluing themselves to a jumbo jet. I think it's going to be someone goes, there's more money to be made, like in New York with Henry Ford, and like the whaling industry. You know, if those guys want to make money, they went and they worked for Rockefeller.
Rockefeller. Damn. All right, hold on. Let me just finish this game real quick. 20 seconds left. Yeah. Damn, can't make nothing no more. It's all good. I'ma holler at y'all later anyway. I'm out. Sheesh. Bitch.